Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mary and currently I'm pregnant with our second baby girl. I'm due in the beginning of October, end of September, so today's video is going to be my 28th week pregnancy update. And as you know guys, I normally make a full update of the week after I change the week, so I just entered into my 29th week and I can talk about the things that were going on during the 28th week. So if you like this kind of updates, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, become a part of my community. I would love to have you here, and with this being said, let's jump into this video. The baby in the 28th week is measuring approximately 37 centimeters and it is 1000 grams, approximately this big. I hope I'm showing it correctly because I'm so good with measurements, you have no idea. Like it looks like a bunny now, like it's the size of a bunny, and I find it so cute. The baby's eyes are half open already and the baby can blink, which is again so sweet and exciting. And the baby has 95% of survival chance in case the baby is born during this week. So if I go into labor, I know my baby has really good chances to survive. Of course, the baby is going to need some medical help, but I can just say that it is relieving for me because, as you know guys, if you watched my last pregnancy update, I said in there that my doctor already saw that I may go into labor because she saw that my cervix was opening. So she sent me to a bed rest, which I was doing like most of the part of this week. I was in the bed rest and I doubled on my magnesiums because I had pain on my bump. I had this push it and pulling feelings and I couldn't really walk. So I went into a bed rest. I will be lying if I say I was completely in bed because I was moving around the house still and nesting around. I did tons of organizational stuff around the house, but I made sure that I was sitting while organizing stuff. Like I did not run and carry heavy stuff, but still I gave myself, like I let myself to rest a lot more than I normally do. So now I feel better. I can already walk and I don't have this sore muscles or pushing or pulling feelings, so I feel like the baby is going to stay a little bit longer. So the biggest news of this week is that I got a phone call from my doctor's office telling me that I might have gestational diabetes. So if you watched my previous video, you know that I went on this glucose test last week. I mean, in the 27th week. It was a 1-hour test where I had to take 50 grams of glucose with 200 milligrams of water, and they pulled out the blood to check on my sugar level. So this week, in the beginning of this week, I got a phone call from my doctor's office and they told me that my sugar level is really high and I have to go to the bigger test. So I got so scared, I didn't even ask how high it is, or I didn't ask any questions about gestational diabetes because I kind of sensed that the nurse was on a hurry, and I was like, okay, I chickened out and I just like finished the conversation there. But if you don't know what gestational diabetes is, I will try to explain that in my own words. I'm not a medical professional. I never had diabetes before. None of my family members had diabetes. I had a couple of friends who had gestational diabetes during their pregnancies, but we didn't really talk much, so I'm not really educated on that. The only thing I can say is what I read or from the research I made in internet. Of course, as every other person out there, I just went into the internet and started googling what's there about gestational diabetes. So it's apparently a type of diabetes that can occur during any stage of pregnancy, and it can happen to any woman, no matter if you had any diabetes before or you are a completely healthy woman. It just, your body stops producing enough insulin to balance the sugar level in your blood, so that sugar level raises in your blood, and that can bring to multiple complications. If you read in the internet, there are really scary things written in there, but I am sure maybe it's not as bad, because every single time I heard someone saying that they had gestational diabetes, they ended up having a normal, completely normal, healthy baby, and they went on with their life being completely normal. So gestational diabetes most of the time ends after you give birth. During the pregnancy, if you won't follow any kind of diet, or you won't get insulin, or you won't treat this diabetes, it may turn into real diabetes for you in your further life. So normally, after the first test, you don't get a diagnosis, it's just like a prediction. You have to go to the second test, which is like I am scheduled next week on my second bigger test. I think the test is going to be 2 hours, and they're going to give me like a glucose solution again and check my blood every like 4 times. I think they're going to draw my blood 4 times and see how the sugar behaves in my blood every single hour or half an hour. I'm not sure. I will tell you about that more in the next week's update when I go to my actual test. And after that test, they may or may not diagnose you with the gestational diabetes. So basically, if you get diagnosed, you have to go and talk to specialists, with endocrinologist, I think, and they have to come up with a certain diet for you, and maybe if it's really bad, you may get insulin shots. So what I did this week, I didn't wait for my second test, and I started dieting already. I read about how you should diet. It's basically excluding all the sugar from your food and going really down on your carbs. So that is what I did. I cut all the wheat, I cut the bread, pasta, stuff like potatoes, stuff like that. And I have to be honest with you guys, it's not the easy thing for me to do. I have never dieted before, and I actually want to talk about this. I never kept a diet before, never. I am an intuitive eater. I always follow my body, and I have changed so many weights during my life, and especially these last 6 years. While I was going through IVF treatment, my weight has been going up and down, like 10 kilos up, 10 kilos down all the time, but I knew it was due to the hormones that I was injecting. I never kept the diet. Still, I kind of learned to accept myself the way I am, and I'm fine with it. So for me now to keep a diet while I'm pregnant is extremely hard, because the previous weeks I had a feeling that I am hungry all the time. I think I talked about that in my previous video as well, and I was eating a lot of carbs, not that much sugar, but I was eating a lot of carbs. Obviously, I was craving bread, I was craving pasta, I was craving potatoes in any forms, and right now I can't eat them actually, or maybe I can because I am not diagnosed yet, but I thought I don't want to wait till I am diagnosed and maybe my blood sugar is so much higher than I have to go with injections. I might start already, because I don't want to have any complications during the pregnancy or after the pregnancy, and especially I don't want to have any problems with the baby. There are a lot of scary things written about the babies. It may even come to a stillbirth. Like, I can't even pronounce that without getting emotional, because that's the last thing I just can't imagine that. I can't. Okay, I think that's the scariest thing that's going on in my mind right now. But mostly what I hear, the babies may turn out to be a little bit bigger than normally, and you have to go to a C-section. Because the baby will obviously be too big to go through a birth channel, as I understood. Oh, it makes me just emotional, like it makes me, I'm feeling like overwhelmed, because just this uncertainty that I don't know what to expect and how this pregnancy will end in the end. But after fighting for this baby for such a long time, I am ready just to not eat, not drink, or not to do anything, just to have my healthy baby. I just can't imagine anything happening. Well, I will put that subject on the side. What you need to know about the diet during the gestational diabetes is you are not allowed to drink juice. As I heard or understood from everything I read and the research I did, you may cheat on during your diet sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's even okay if you eat a cookie or a small piece of cake, but it's absolutely not okay if you drink a juice, because the sugar in the juice is so high and it jumps up into your blood, and that's absolutely not okay, and you have to exclude it. I am not a juice drinker. It's not a problem for me, but I can tell you now, for example, I have been dieting for 5 days and I have no energy anymore. I don't feel okay. I'm like craving sugar. I just see sugar everywhere. My husband makes jokes about me. I am never full. It doesn't matter what I eat. Like nothing sounds good to me because I just want to eat my potatoes and my bread. So it doesn't matter what you give me to eat. It does not sound good to me. I don't enjoy my meal. I don't get full. I don't feel full. I am always hungry. I am really irritated all the time. I think it's okay to talk about that as well. I had to talk to my doctor before doing this. And I would advise you as well, don't go like me and do crazy things. Make like big decisions during your pregnancy. You don't know how your body is going to react. I just know that I freaked out so much that I had to do this. I don't know. But we will see. I have in a couple of days or next week, I have my big test, and fingers crossed it will come out negative so I can continue eating what I have been eating. This was the biggest news. So all in all, I feel okay. Yes, I am craving, like I'm shaking for sugar and food and carbs. I changed all the products in our house. Like I got lentil pasta and stuff, which tastes okay, but it's not a real pasta, and obviously, and I don't know. Anyways. So guys, this was everything I wanted to cover in this video. Please don't take my gestational diabetes speech as a professional advice. I'm not a medical professional. I haven't even spoken to my doctor yet, so I don't have much information. I almost have zero information. Whatever I talked about, I read in internet, or this is the research I made, and this is the way I understood this whole thing, like this health condition. So I obviously have to talk to my doctor before I can go on and give you tips or any kind of advice, or maybe make a recipe or something like that, because I don't think whatever I'm doing to my body right now feels good. I don't feel it is right whatever I'm doing to my body now, but I am just trying my best not to fail the second test at least, or to bring this sugar level into a balance, some kind of balance, but we will see about that. And now let me show you my bump. So guys, here is the bump from the side. I understood now that I am wearing perfect clothes for this, but okay. This is the bump from the front. And here is the bump from the other side. Bumpy bump. So guys, that was my bump for 28th week. My brain is all over the place right now. It's not even a long video, and I'm not even filming long now, but I feel that I can't even keep my concentration straight. But I think it's due this low carb thing. I may rethink everything that I'm doing right now. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any kind of questions, please leave them down below in the comment section. I would love to connect with you. I would love to chat with you. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you're informed every single time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching this video through. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!